Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited. I have a spicy Italian sausage pasta with lots of cheese, and it's Mafaldine pasta, I believe. That's what I believe it's called. I've been craving this pasta ever since Quan Tran did it, and I'm so excited. So, hang on, let me just put my mic here. And I just got some garlic bread. Yes. So, oh my God. Do we see this? Oh my. It is piping hot. Just got it off the stove. There's just thick, like mini, almost like lasagna noodles. This looks so amazing. Oh my God. So how is everybody doing today? Welcome back. If you guys like, come on, subscribe. I've been craving this pasta for so long, and I knew I had to do it like this with the Italian sausage, spicy style. So cheesy. So this is kind of like, if you don't feel like doing a whole lasagna, this is like a broken lasagna. You know what I mean? So what kind of story should we talk about today? It's so good I don't even want to talk. Oh my God, look at this. Okay. I will talk about when and how I found out I was pregnant for the first time. I won't talk about like the labor and everything. If you guys want to hear about that, we can talk about that in another video. It's just going to be a quick story time. I was a young ass when I got pregnant. I believe I was 18. So, I was in high school, and I had this wonderful high school sweetheart. We were dating almost the entire time I was in high school. And then, my last year of high school, I decided that I wanted to be, when I grew up, I didn't put cheese on it because there's so much cheese in this pasta already. I wanted to be a chef. And So I did this co-op course where I worked at a restaurant basically full time, and then on the Fridays I would go to class. So at this time that my high school sweetheart and I had broken up. We just grew apart. Like he was still into me, but I just wasn't into him anymore. He was a good guy, nothing wrong with him. Just I met him so young, and I was, growing up and stuff. It was just not for me. Plus, I was in that relationship for my whole entire time in high school, so not that I missed out, but I feel like I missed out on some fun. So we were broken up, and then I was working at this restaurant. Everything was going great. I loved working there. I loved it. I'm like, I know for sure this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. And it was a good restaurant to work in because it wasn't like a chain restaurant. It was more of a casual fine dining restaurant, right up my alley. Cooking from scratch and all that stuff. And I loved the chef I worked under and all the other staff. It was great. I had such a blast. It was two brothers that owned this restaurant. There was a few locations, maybe 9, but it wasn't like a chain. It wasn't like it was still family owned, and each restaurant had their own chef, and the chef I was working under, he was from South America, and we called him Nacho. He was so funny. He was probably like my dad's age. He was such a nice guy. He treated me like his daughter. We all had nicknames. So head office, I guess, decided to move that chef, and I was so upset because I really liked him. Now, Gordon Ramsay? Sorry about that. I hope it didn't cut off. So, Gordon Ramsay? Well, most chefs you work for are like a Gordon Ramsay. And I'm not even kidding you. With a temper. That was my experience. So, they brought in another chef. And he was known for being the biggest Holio. I was terrified. Like, I was 17, maybe just turned 18. I can't even remember. And I remember right off the bat, like, we butt heads. Like, butt heads. I did not like him at all. So, as time passed, like, I remember there's so many times I'd cry. But as time passed, like, you kind of work together more. You get to know each other. What? I'm filming. Get out. Want some garlic bread? Do you want some garlic bread? Then go. Close the door. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so then, and usually after work, every shift, we would hang out, have some drinks at the bar, shoot the shit with everybody. So it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't as bad, but he was still an ass. So he called me up one day and he's like, oh, when's your next day off? I'm like, I don't know, like this day. He's like, do you want to go to so-and-so? Like, it was like an amusement park. Oh, I think it was Cedar Point in Ohio. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I don't know what ended up happening. Those plans didn't fall through. And it wasn't like because he canceled or anything. It just, I think more than one of us were supposed to go. It just didn't work out. And I thought it was my boss. Like, he wasn't interested. He didn't seem like he was, to be honest, interested in anybody. He was just that type of an asshole. I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, we work together like friends, So I don't know how, at the time in Toronto, Greece was performing. I believe it was Greece. And the restaurant that I worked for had a location downtown. And the cast and crew had booked a function at the restaurant. So all the head chefs and stuff went to go and cater this event. They also got tickets to go see Greece. So a bunch of them, I got invited. Well, he invited me. I'm like, right on. So a bunch of us had gone. We all went to a restaurant beforehand and then went to the show. And we were drinking and having a great old time. We end up back at his place. La da la da. Whatever. So, as time passed, like, we would hang out more and more. And it was fine. I was kind of starting to like him. And I was young. Like, I was 18. And just having a good time, enjoying myself. But I didn't know. Not that I didn't know the signs to look for. I just didn't believe, like, that would happen to me. Plus, like, my time was coming. And I was having the symptoms for that. Like, but extra. Your boobs all tender and, like, cramps and tired and all that stuff. I'm like, wow, like, I had symptoms before, but this month it's like really extra. But it was like time would pass, but nothing's happening, like nothing's coming. And stupid me, I still didn't put like 2 and 2 together. I'm not even kidding you. Me and baby daddy went out for breakfast one morning. And we were just talking, like, not even talking about that. I don't even know what the hell we were talking about. And he's like, I have this feeling you might be pregnant. I'm like, no, like, there's no way. He's like, well, you know, I just thought I'd bring it up because, you know, you've been complaining about this and this and this. He's like, you might be pregnant. And I don't even worry about it. Okay. Now, first of all, my parents are off the boat Italian, okay? If I get pregnant before I'm married, they're going to disown my ass. And I'm not even kidding. Well, my mom had passed when I was younger, so it was just my dad. But my mom at least was more modern than my dad. My dad was still very old-fashioned. I'm like, I can't go back home pregnant. There's no fucking way. And I had a little sister at the time, and she was... I think... She's going to kill me. I think we're 11 or 12 years apart. Marla? 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 How old is the Felicia? 25. Okay, so 12. So she was still pretty young. So yeah, like 6 years old. And I was living at home at that time, but I was like never home, you know? I was always at his house or my friend's house or whatever. I never wanted to go home. I never wanted to be there for different reasons. We'll talk about maybe another time. Anyway, now, my grandmother. She is known to have dreams that predict stuff. On more than one occasion, on more than one of us. Okay, like one time I actually skipped school. Nobody freaking knew about it. She had called me in the evening. She'll have dreams of my mother. And then like something will happen, like my mom skipped school or something. And she'll be like, do you know if like one of you guys skipped school? I'll be like, no. And it was me. Like this is not the first time that this has happened. So after this conversation I had with him, I swear it was like literally the next day. She calls me up. She's like, I had this dream, you know, about your mother. Like she was having a baby. You know, are you pregnant? And I'm like, no. She's like, you would tell me. You would tell me if you were, because, you know, I wouldn't be mad, but, you know, disappointed, but just whatever. I'm like, of course I would tell you. I'm like, holy shit. If my grandmother's dreaming this, I better go get tested, because I'm telling you, like I said, track record of predicting shit. I was in denial. I didn't want to believe it. I don't know what the hell happened or what possessed me. There was a newspaper. I think it was on a break, and there was like a newspaper sitting on a table, and I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna. I don't read the newspaper. I never did. Never. I watch the news now, but like even when I was younger, no way. Like I didn't watch the news. I didn't read the newspaper. No. So I decided to like go through the newspaper. Oh my God. I want to check my horoscope. I didn't believe any of that stuff. I always thought it was BS or whatever. And I shit you not, it said something about like pregnancy or like pregnancy on the way or in the near future. I don't know, something like that. And I'm like, what the hell? Is everything in this universe giving me signs? I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go get a test. Like, well, sure enough, I was pregnant. I'm like, oh my God. Because I was still in high school. I was finishing. Okay, I had graduated. We had this grade 13 year, which transitioned you from basically after you graduate, grade 12. This was back in my day. If you wanted to go to college, you can go right from grade 12. But if you wanted to go to university, you had to go to grade 13 first. I don't know why. They got rid of it. I was in grade 13 doing a co-op course. So it was like I had already graduated. It's not a big deal. But I'm like, ew. Well, I was glad because at least I didn't have to be in school. Preggers. And to be honest, I really didn't need, because I basically took that course as an extra credit. I didn't need to go. I could have gone straight to college because you don't really go to university for culinary. So it just got to the point where I'm like, I was working, I was getting paid. I'm like, I don't need to go to back to school. So I just quit. But I had to tell my dad. I knew he wasn't going to be any support. Like, I knew this already going in. So what I did was, one day when he wasn't there, I didn't have anything. It's not like I had like furniture and stuff. All of that stuff was his. So I basically packed my own things, like my clothes and whatever the hell I needed. And I left. I never came back. He didn't even notice I moved out because I would never go home anyway. I took my shit and left. So I still didn't tell him because I was terrified. I was sure as hell wasn't fucking telling him in person. No. And I sure as hell wasn't going to tell him over the phone. I'm like, I'm just going to disappear and have this baby. Me and baby daddy, we moved in together. We were together. But I didn't have anybody. Like, my mom had passed away. I knew my dad wasn't going to accept this. So I had one of my, I think my grandmother or somebody tell my father. And he basically told him, tell her not to come back here. So I'm like, that's fine. I already moved out. Okay. I wasn't scared. I had been working since I was like 13 years old. Because he was a single dad of 4. He was always tight with money. I never wanted to be inside that house. It was so stressful. I had always worked. And I wasn't scared of raising a baby because my mom died when my little sister was a year old. And me and my older sister had a lot of experience with that. So I wasn't worried. But I had decided to move closer to my grandmother. Just so I have some kind of support. But yeah, I have to talk about my grandmother because honestly, she has these dreams, and like I said, they are known for prediction. And she busted me because when I told her, she's like, "I knew it. I had that dream. You know, her mother came to me in a dream, and when I dream about your mother, blah 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 blah." I'm like, nobody can lie to her. I just said to myself, like, I wasn't happy at the fact that I got pregnant young. I wanted to like have at least some kind of degree because it was very hard for the next few years. I wish I would have had school behind my belt. But I wasn't letting anybody raise my kid. I did it. You know, I didn't ask for help. And I just did it. And my kids are the best thing that ever happened to me. But yeah, I didn't talk to my dad for 3 years. It wasn't until I had my second child that he slowly started to start talking to me again. And I'm not going to lie. I was fine with not talking to him either. I mean, we talk now. Everything's fine now, but, you know. It is what it is. Well, this pasta, I'm so glad I bought it. It's so freaking good. I can't do it anymore, though. I'm a full-ass bitch. Yep. Well, that was a little story time. Oh, and I learned from that pregnancy in the beginning. Well, no, like throughout my pregnancy. When I didn't know I was pregnant and I would drink coffee, I would drink cream and sugar in my coffee. And when I drink it, it tasted like the cream was sour. Like this was before like I even realized I was pregnant. And I couldn't drink them. And I couldn't figure out why. And I would always be to like my boyfriend, I'm like, can you taste this? Because I think they gave me sour cream. Or is yours sour? He's like, no, it tastes fine. And through every pregnancy I had, it was milk, cream, whatever. Not that I drink too much of it anyway, but couldn't drink coffee. It was nasty. It made me nauseous. And yeah. So after that first pregnancy, that was like, with the next pregnancies, I'm like, okay, that was a warning. I knew I was preggers. I initially wanted a boy. We weren't going to find out. I wanted it to wait. And initially I wanted a boy. I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a boy. And then one day I woke up and I'm like, I'm having a girl. I want a girl. I'm having a girl. I want a girl. I only had girl names picked out. Yeah. I just had for like probably a good solid 7 months. Like I woke up one day, like I said, snapped, and I'm like, I'm having a girl. people would stop me in the mall and be like, oh my God, you look like you're having a boy. You're carrying this way. You're like this. You're like that. I would get so pissed. I'm like, don't tell me I'm having a boy. I'm having a girl. They're like, oh, do you know? I'm like, no, I know. It got so bad to the point where like people were like, you need to start convincing yourself you're having a boy, because if that baby girl comes out as a boy, you're going to be so upset. I know I'm having a girl. I'm having a girl. And yeah, it was a girl. I was right. And I was right about every other pregnancy too. I knew what I was having. Oh my God, I'm stuck. I can't even breathe. Anyway, hope you guys like this video. If you want to hear more stories like that, let me know. Again, I forgot to say, I want to do an assumption video soon. So leave your assumptions about me down below. Anyway, I love you guys. See you in my next video. Bye.